Ma'am, you paid no rent. Nothing.
I don't think it's okay to steal someone's stuff.
Well, they didn't steal it.
Except they did because we made an...
You know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to set this for a trial. We're going to set this for a trial on an expedited basis. Because, did you find that email to my staff? Because I don't believe that you're telling me the truth. Because, ma'am, I'm going to tell you what. When somebody tells me my staff didn't respond...
I did call up here. I will say that.
But you said you sent an email.
Yes, unless it didn't. Oh, it didn't. Well, I have it on here, but I didn't send it apparently.
I'm not going to make you apologize to my staff for trying to say they didn't respond. No, ma'am, I'm just going to...
But that's fine. But I don't have an issue with that. We can provide you documentation as to what happened. Well, you can have an issue with anything. All I'm trying to do is get to the bottom of this. Bottom line.
I called and then they told me to email her.
Email who?
Whoever, I don't remember the name.
Well, you're going to have to show me that email. If you're telling me my staff did not respond to you or did not address that, ma'am, you paid no rent. Nothing.
I don't think it's okay to steal someone's stuff.
Well, they didn't steal it.
Except they did because we made an...
You know what? Here's what we're going to do. But you said you sent an email.
Yes, unless it didn't. Oh, it didn't. Well, I have it on here, but I didn't send it apparently.
No, ma'am, I'm just going to tell you right now. Here's how I work. You want to ruffle my feathers? No. You insult my staff.
And frankly, Your Honor, I don't know if you recall, but this particular resident was in another unit. We generously waived her entire balance because she had repair issues. We moved her into a new unit. Now she hasn't paid any rent.
I was locked out in the middle of moving.
Sorry?
I was locked out in the middle of moving and they didn't help me with what we agreed upon.
You were locked out and they didn't help you. What do you mean by that?
So remember how we were talking about how I couldn't afford a moving truck and that they will figure out something for me.
Right.
They locked me out in the middle of moving. And when we got access, which was end of May, a lot of my stuff was stolen, including a firearm, all my small kitchen appliances, my daughter's brand new sheets, my security cameras.
So what do you mean they locked you out? I don't get it.
We didn't have access. They changed the locks.
On your previous...
Yes. I did not render the old keys. And also...
So in essence, I just want to shortcut this. In essence, you're saying they changed the locks before you got all your stuff out.
I don't know what to do at this point.
Your Honor, if I can add, I would respond, but I'd rather have Amy respond because she has direct knowledge of what happened, because I don't believe that's our position. And I also don't believe it's relevant to this case, but that's a separate issue. I think it's worth responding to.
Your Honor, that's absolutely not factual. She signed a whole new lease, and I don't think I don't think Ms. Lutkoff or anyone would volunteer us to pay for a moving truck or use my maintenance guys to move her belongings, which is what Ms. Vanek seems to be under the impression that we offered her in court. She was given plenty of opportunity. In fact, there was a lot of grace given here to remove her stuff. And in fact, she came in our office on several occasions saying she didn't have a babysitter. She had to work. Her boyfriend had to work. All these reasons. I locked down the apartment upon her signing a new lease, sir. She took possession of a new apartment, Your Honor. And yes, I locked down the unit. She did turn in keys to our box. And so I took possession of an apartment that she no longer had possession of, Your Honor. And she left belongings.
Was there stuff in there?
Yes, my stuff was in there.
There was boxes, right now. I believe.
I have the keys.
So what?
The keys are in my bag.
I can't say whether she kept a set of keys or not, Your Honor. But what I do know is that way later after the fact, after she's been in this other apartment for quite some time, she's bringing up issues of stuff that she wanted out of the old apartment. And at that time, I had already started a trash out, Your Honor. I mean, she signed a whole nother lease.
Your Honor, I think there was an issue.
I understand she signed a whole nother lease, but I'm just trying to figure out what period in time are we talking about?
I have a timeline. So
Your Honor,
we didn't
I'm going to
gain,
just state for the record here that factually, just from a legal perspective, if she wants to pursue, she certainly can file an action for damages if she feels that her property has been damaged on another unit, but we're in court on this unit. And so I don't believe it's
Well,
relevant.
yeah, but this unit, Miss Lutoff, that's disingenuous because this unit only comes about because of the issues that were in the other unit. So to try to separate them out doesn't make much sense.
Well, I think it does, Your Honor, because she didn't remove her belongings, but obviously this is your courtroom.
Okay, but
I'm just
that may be a defense to what she's claiming if she didn't remove the items. That may be a defense, but to say it has to be a whole another separate thing, I don't think that that's true.
Well, I do, because we're talking about a certain property
Okay,
address.
then
None of
I'll
that.
take what she filed. I'll tell her to go up there, stamp it in as another case, and it's just coming back with this one. I don't know where that gets us.
Well, I don't know what she filed. I mean, she didn't say anything in her filing, so, but that's fine. You want to consolidate it, I don't have an issue with that. We can provide you documentation
Well,
as
you
to
can
what
have an
happened.
issue with anything. All I'm trying to do is get to the bottom of this. Bottom line. That's all I want to know. And I want to know where I'm going to take this case.
so,
So she can have her objections, you can have your objections. We're going to do it my way. Go ahead, man.
all right. So the reason why we're here is because I feel like I can't trust their maintenance people because my stuff was stolen. I don't want anyone coming into my apartment.
Ma'am, you were at the point of a timeline.
Yeah. So the timeline is I think we did our court date like April 26th, I think. And that's when we dismissed the case, which honestly, I wish we had set things and whatever. And then that next week or that Friday or whatever they had to finish with the apartment, I think we grabbed the keys like that Friday. So then we started that weekend because I was working 2 to 10:30. So we were putting the kids to bed and then we were getting the stuff. Plus, like I said,
Okay, fine.
didn't move it.
So how much time passed between the time that you got the keys to the new place?
It was like a week and 3 days. And
So
then we
10
lost,
days
Yeah.
passed.
and we lost access for 3 weeks. We didn't get this.
Oh, ma'am, stop. You had after you moved into the other apartment, you had access for 10 days
Basically, yeah.
and you couldn't get all of your stuff out in 10 days.
No.
Okay, that's going to be a problem for you. They can't hold the apartment open for you to go in and move out in that fashion. You don't get 30 days to move out.
I understand. It would have been quicker if we could have just had that one last day.
Ma'am, I'll be honest with you. If you're telling me you made it sound initially like they locked you out, and that's all I was trying to get to the bottom of.
Yeah.
They didn't do that. It seems like, and by what you're telling me, you get the other unit, you've got 10 days, and you don't get all your property out in 10 days.
Well, technically, we didn't even have 10 days. They only gave us a week, but
Okay, and that's even my point.
Yeah.
My point is 10 days would be extraordinary grace to get your stuff out.
Yeah.
A week, maybe about normal. But you move from one unit to the next unit. Maybe
what
get that.
about the previous agreement that some help was going to happen?
Ma'am, I don't recall that being
Can
the
we look
issue.
over the transcripts, please?
The transcripts of what? If you want to order transcripts, you can.
I tried. I haven't gotten a response.
Your Honor, I have not received a request for any.
It
You,
was a month and a half ago, granted. Sorry.
no, ma'am. You made a request for transcripts to my staff?
Yes, I did. I called and then they told me to email her.
Email who?
Whoever, I don't remember the name.
Well, you're going to have to show me that email because I'm going to be honest with you. If you're telling me my staff did not respond to you or did not address that,
Okay, give me 1 second.
sure. Ma'am, while you're looking for that, who was supposed to help you move?
I'm not sure. Apparently, I mean, it said that they will figure something out because I literally said I could not afford a moving truck.
Ma'am, Okay. So you go over to this new unit and you have not paid any rent in that new unit. And your justification for not paying rent in the new unit is because things got stolen from your other unit.
There's some major issues with my new unit though. And they said it was good to go. It's not good. It was not good to go.
Ma'am, you paid no rent. Nothing.
I don't think it's okay to steal someone's stuff.
Well, they didn't steal it.
Except they did because we made an
You know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to set this for a trial. We're going to set this for a trial on an expedited basis. Because did you find that email to my staff? Because I don't believe that you're telling me the truth. Because, ma'am, I'm going to tell you what. When somebody tells me my staff didn't respond,
I did call up here. I will say that.
but you said you sent an email.
Yes, unless it didn't. Oh, it didn't. Well, I have it on here, but I didn't send it apparently.
I'm not going to make you apologize to my staff for trying to say they didn't
No,
respond. No, ma'am, I'm just going to tell you right now. Here's how I work. And my staff knows this. If somebody wants something from them and they're supposed to provide it, they provide it. If you come up in here and you tell me that my staff didn't do it, didn't order the transcript, that they didn't respond to it, you want to ruffle my feathers, you insult my staff. So
I don't.
I'll consider anything you're saying about that afterwards, just an apology to Emily.
Okay.
I'm just going to set this for, I'm just going to set it for trial. The final settlement conference is going to work. Give me a trial date on a Tuesday
I can't.
of this month.
Could we possibly set it for August?
No. Ma'am, I'm not going to delay this out. You paid no rent.
Okay, but I have a class on Tuesday.
Ma'am, I get, we all have different things on Tuesdays. We all have different things, different times. I'm going to set it for trial. You've not paid them any rent. You're claiming that they stole your stuff. You're claiming that they didn't help you. Well, I'm going to get to the bottom of it, if that's what it is. So I'm going to set non-jury trial in this matter
Are we
for July 23rd.
So does that mean like jury and stuff?
No, ma'am. No jury was requested. July 23rd, 2024. That will be at 9 a.m. That will be in person. Ma'am, you make sure that you have all of your witnesses, all of your evidence. We'll hear it then, and then I'll make my decision.
And just like that, another unforgettable courtroom battle comes to an end. But this case wasn't really about unpaid rent or a missing email. It was about one question every judge has to answer. Who is telling the truth? Throughout this hearing, we watched one side insist they had been more than fair, while the other claimed they had been treated unfairly from the very beginning. But as the judge asked more questions, the timeline became harder to ignore. Excuses began to fall apart, key evidence was missing, and even the defendant admitted that an email she claimed to have sent was never actually sent. That was the moment the entire hearing changed. The judge made it clear that accusations alone are never enough. If you're going to challenge someone in court, you need facts, documents, and evidence to support your claims. Without them, even the strongest story can quickly lose credibility. Instead of rushing to judgment, the court chose the one thing every fair legal system depends on: a full trial, where both sides will have the opportunity to present every piece of evidence before a final decision is made. And perhaps that's the biggest lesson from today's hearing. In court, emotions may grab attention, but evidence is what wins cases. Now we want to hear from you. Who do you believe after watching this hearing? Was the landlord justified, or do you think the tenant deserves another chance to prove her claims at trial? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.
You huff one more time and we're going to have a problem. Childers, McDuffie, Mr. Brown, Miss Yagi, my chamber. Court does call the cases of the people versus Samuel Peoples.
Thank you, Richard. People?
And Alex Warren Green on behalf of Mr. Peoples. State your name, Sam.
Samuel Peoples.
Your Honor, in file 1326, Mr. Peoples has not yet been referred to the forensic center. I've prepared an order and we are asking the court to order a forensic examination. In that case,
All right, I will order a forensic examination without objection. On that case, what is my next date? Give me. Let's see now. Because has he already started the process?
I don't believe he's been interviewed, Your Honor. The competency hearings on those matters are October 30th.
It's just like next week.
That was last week. All right. So set a competency here, October 2025, 9 a.m. All right. What are we doing on the other cases?
Your Honor, in the bond violation matter, we'd ask to continue our plea of mute at this time. That bond violation arose from the charges he is now facing in the felony case 1326.
Well, it also arose with Ted.
Which is charged as a felon, Your Honor.
Sergeant?
Ms. McDuffie apprised the court that there is a tether tamper, which gave rise to the bond violation. He has been charged with a felony for tether tampering, so I think at this time
He has been?
He has, yes, Your Honor.
That's the new one.
There is an error on the complaint. We are having that amended. It should be a general tamper versus the category that's specific.
Yeah, this is wrong. Okay. All right.
So we would just ask to continue our plea of mute and continue these cases to the competency hearing on.
So is he just going to remain in custody?
Your Honor, he's working with a social worker. We are asking, or between now and October 30th, we are hoping to file a written motion. I think something substantive that gives the court a better idea.
What's the objection in releasing? I mean, the thing is that as I understand the cut on the tether, he cut the tether, but he didn't go anywhere. Or I'm saying, yeah, worse, he cut the tether. I'm not. But he didn't go anywhere. He was right there when they went to go get him.
That's my understanding as well, Your Honor. If the court would consider it, then I'd ask that he be released back to home confinement.
I thought. Sorry.
Response?
Your Honor, obviously we had an extended conversation about this at bench at the last hearing. I don't have any objection to him remaining on the conditions that he was on prior to this incident. I'm concerned that, given that we have this incident, I don't know how sufficient that's going to be, but I'm fine with him returning to home confinement for previous terms.
Mr. Peoples, if I let you go back home, you're going to cooperate and do the right thing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, that means you can't tamper with the tether.
I understand now.
You understand that?
Yes.
Or you understood it before, you just did it?
I had a moment of anxiety that led to a freak out. Yes. And I felt like I needed to get it off me because it was claustrophobic. And
Got it.
yes.
I hear you. Okay. All right. Here's going to be part of the issue. I don't know if there are funds available to try to deal with the payment for that strap. Do you know family-wise whether that's available?
Your Honor, we have been in contact with his family. It's certainly something I can ask them.
Pardon?
It's certainly something I can ask his family. They are here today.
They are here.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Council approach that they're to pay on to replace the strap. And I just need a bond, the blue form, reinstating his previous bond with condition. All right, good.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Samuel,
Yes, Your Honor.
I give you another shot. You're going to try to do the right thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. I'm going to do it. I think you can do it.
Me too.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So what's going to happen is somebody's got to pay money for the strap that got damaged. on your tether.
Understand?
I'm going to reinstate your previous bond where you were previously at home, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll have to do that because you don't have a tether on now, right?
That's correct.
Okay, so they'll have to fit you with a new one prior to your release.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay? Don't let me down. You hear me?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Your Honor, may I add one thing? After consulting with Mr. Peoples' family, they are asking the court if Mr. Peoples has any kind of crisis or something like that, if he can be transported to Trinity Ann Arbor without necessarily violating a confinement order. I know it's tricky to do, but they can alternatively contact me and I can talk to the tether agent if that arises.
Response.
We addressed this, I think, at the last hearing. If Mr. Peoples needed to get seek help at the hospital, that wasn't going to be an issue regardless. They would simply need to notify community corrections of what happened and where they are. And if there were any sorts of deviances from the home confinement zone, I think that was the plan, which was to immediately notify community corrections office so that the court would be apprised of what was happening. But the tether conditions, I believe, want to remain the same.
Actually, what happened last time was the public defender came up on Mr. Peoples' behalf with a communication from CMH and a request, I believe, from his family that they're aware of certain triggering events for Mr. Peoples. That on those triggering events arising, what they were looking for was some leeway from the court to allow them to take what action, not necessarily, I mean, if they had to go to Trinity, that's fine. That's a medical thing at that point. But from what I understood and what was explained to the court, sometimes it may just be a walk just to kind of bring him back and to do whatever. I mean, I'm not using medical terms, but yeah, I think you get what I meant. My understanding is, as we were looking at that, is the people were absolutely not in agreement with that.
That's not correct, Your Honor. The request.
Well, that's what you said.
The request for.
That's what you said at the bench. If you're telling me I'm wrong, then you better be clear, Jade, right now.
I will be clear right now, Your Honor. What I said was no to the request for a tracking tether, not for home confinement. That's what I disagreed with.
When he asked whether or not they could leave, you objected vehemently, which is why I came to the decision that what I was going to do was I was told and I made it very clear, we'll bring him in here. Because what I told him very clearly is, fine, you can ask for permission, but maybe we're just in a situation to ask for forgiveness. Let the family do what they need to do. That's what you said. That was your objection.
I'm not disagreeing with that part. The request is for a tracking tether change.
Stop talking. You huff one more time and we're going to have a problem. Childers, McDuffie, Mr. Brown, Miss Yagi, my chamber.
Your Honor, I'm very familiar with Mr. Peoples' case if the court wants to proceed.
All right. Ms. Douglas is now here on behalf of people on this one. So I think we can finish this up. Here's what I'm doing. His new case had a $100,000 bond. I'm going to make his bond in his new case match the bond with the conditions in his other case so that he can be released, because otherwise he would be held on that. He'll be refitted with a tether he'll be refitted with a GPS home confinement tether prior to release. My understanding is family can pay the $175 to community corrections, so they'll get that paid, and all prior conditions are reinstated. And then we need a new date, so when do we?
Your Honor, my request.
Well, I got the confidence, it's actually gonna be October 30th.
Okay.
It's gonna be our day, so, all right.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I provide the court with the order to undergo forensic?
There hasn't been enough on this case yet, Mr.
I'm
Now
not.
go ahead.
May I approach?
Yes.
Thank you.
What is this? No, that's
Thank
the
you.
order on the other case. I'm sorry. Not a problem.
Might be tomorrow, but as soon as they put the order on you.
Okay, sounds good. Okay. Anything else on this matter?
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
All right. And Samuel, you told me you're gonna do it, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
And just like that, another emotional courtroom hearing comes to an end. But this case wasn't really about a damaged tether or a bond violation. It was about one question every judge eventually has to answer. When does someone deserve another chance? Today, we watched a defendant admit that he made a serious mistake. He tampered with his tether, violated the court's trust, and put his own freedom at risk. But as the hearing continued, the judge looked beyond that single moment. He listened to the attorneys, considered the concerns about the defendant's mental health, heard about the support of his family, and asked one simple question. Is this someone who can still turn his life around? What happened next showed that the justice system isn't only about punishment, it's also about responsibility. The judge made it clear that breaking the rules would never be ignored, but he also believed that one mistake doesn't always have to define a person's future. Instead of closing the door completely, the court chose accountability with another opportunity. The defendant was given a new tether, strict home confinement, and one final reminder that trust is earned through actions, not promises. Now, everything depends on what happens next. Will he prove the judge made the right decision by giving him another chance? Or will he waste the opportunity that so many defendants never receive? Now we want to hear from you. Did the judge make the right call by reinstating his bond, or should the tether violation have kept him behind bars? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We read every comment, and some of the best discussions happen right there. If you enjoy real courtroom drama, powerful judge reactions, bond hearings, second chance cases, and unforgettable legal moments, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next courtroom showdown. Thanks for watching, stay informed, stay respectful, and we'll see you in the next case.